Hey guys, this is Brendan. This is the part 2 of the Xrd Rev 2 tutorial series that I was making. In the first episode, we covered normal attacks, the uses for the different normal attacks, the Gatling system, and your special moves. And then in this side, we're going to look more into movement and some more specific game mechanics. So, Guilty Gear has a dash, so if you tap forward twice, just like any other fighting game, you'll dash. Now, if you hold it, your character will do a run. Now, reminder, this is different for each character. Like, Eno will fly into the sky. Johnny, some characters actually don't have a run. Like, Leo doesn't, Johnny doesn't. So, don't get confused if you're playing those characters and you try to run and it doesn't come out. That's probably why. Like I said, every character is unique. So, that's kind of the rule of fighting games, is that there's always an exception to the rule. But anyway, so for most characters, forward twice, hold it, and you'll run. So this is really good for closing the distance. Just be careful because you can be hit while you're running at someone. So if you just run into them blindly, you'll get blown up. Movement is always with some sort of a purpose. So you always want to make sure that you're running because you specifically think that it will punish what your opponent's trying to do, or because maybe you want to get in range for a quick poke real fast. Okay? And then there's also a back step. So if you hit back twice, you'll do a back dash. Now it does have a bit of startup invincibility. So if you get knocked down on the ground and someone's pressuring you, sometimes you can back dash to get away. It won't always work, it depends on the attack. If I knocked Kai down and then do this, if he back dashes, this fire is out for so long, he'll just back dash, and then once his back dash is done, he'll get hit, because you are vulnerable towards the end of the back dash. So versus a lot of people's setups when they knock you down, you know, back dash isn't really gonna help. He's not back dashing there, but if he was, he'd get hit. But if I just did something like this, like that, you know, he would just backdash away from that little jab. So that's backdashing. You can use it to backdash away from pokes. Like right now I'm in range of one of Kai's pokes, and then if Kai did a poke at me right now, I could backdash and then maybe come back and hit him. So yeah, remember, move with a purpose. Why am I backdashing? To dodge this poke. Why am I running? To maybe get in range and hit him while he's doing whatever he's doing, right? And then of course you have a normal standard jump, just like any other fighting game. You also have a double jump. So jump again. Some characters have multiple jumps, like Chip and I think Milia. So yeah, this can be useful once again for maneuvering around attacks. Say Kai throws a fireball at me and I jump back and I'm about to land on it. I could jump again to go over it or something, you know? Or maybe I jump at him and he's gonna anti-air me, I could jump back. It's also useful for combos as well, which I'll get to later. Okay. Now what's super important is that you also have an air dash. So anime fighting games are known for having air dashes, obviously. So if you jump, hit forward twice, you'll air dash. You can also air dash back. So if you need to create some distance between you and your opponent, you could do that. If you want them to come to you, and then if you typically you want to air dash at somebody with the intention of punishing something that they did. So like say Kai here was whoops. Say Kai here, I'm gonna record him, was throwing a fireball, right? So I would air dash at him. Oops. See, I would air dash at him in order to punish that. Now, you want to be careful because just like Street Fighter or anything else, remember, your movement is all about purpose in fighting games, is that you don't just air dash at them because you want to hit them, right? You don't just run at them because you want to hit them. It's not that simple. You want to be reading what your opponent is doing, and you want to move around their attacks in order to punish them. So if I know that Kai's going to throw a fireball, I'm standing there waiting for him to do it so that I can air dash at him and punish him. And all I did is I used all the techniques I already taught you so far to do that, and you'll see that that's what people do in Guilty Gear. He threw a fireball, I air dash, and then when I Gatlinged my attack in the air, because you can in the air, I did air slash into air heavy slash. You know, I Gatlinged him. When air slash hit, I hit air heavy slash, and when I landed, I just did punch into 2D. Did 5P 2D, right? So nothing too difficult there. I moved around his attack and I punished with my Gatling normal. Okay, so something that I did there that I didn't explain that you want to know how to do is called an instant air dash. You'll see it notated as IAD for short. This can be used in a lot of fighting games. It's used in Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's used in BlazBlue, so any fighting game with an air dash, you'll typically be able to use this technique. So I told you that in order to air dash, you jump, right? You can see me hitting up, and then you tap forward twice to air dash. Now this can take some time because you have to hit up and then double tap, right? Like you can see me you see me air dashing at the peak of the jump. Now there's a shortcut you can do, which is up, forward, forward. Now you see how I air dashed way lower to the ground instantly? See how quick that is? Whereas, see how high I am in the air? Now this is important because if I wanted to punish Kai's fireball, see if he still, oh, forgot I recorded him to do that. Fucking listen these days. Alright, so if you throw a fireball, okay. Now if I wanted to punish it, if I jump, I miss him, right? Like, I didn't hit him. Watch again, watch this. See, I missed him. So it's like, oh shit, what do I do? Now if you IAD, right? Look at that, blown up. So if you IAD, you instant air dash really low to the ground, which is great because you can hit them with some normal attacks, right? Whereas it's much faster, you know, you can get in there. So IAD is really important. You really want to practice it. Now keep in mind, you're probably going to fuck this up the first time you try to do it. It takes some time to do it. If you can do it first try consistently, then pat yourself on the back. Your execution's pretty good, but it can be pretty hard to do. So the way that you do it is you hit up, forward, and then you hit forward pretty shortly after leaving the ground. The reason why this works is because by hitting up forward, you're covering the up option of jumping, and you're covering the first forward of the dash, because dash is forward, forward. But when you hit up forward, you're essentially combining the two inputs into one. So instead of up, forward, forward, you're combining the first up and the forward into just up, forward. It takes those first two inputs and combines it into one input, making it so much easier. So all you have to do is just jump up forward and then just hit forward. Hitting up forward is easy. It's money. Anyone can do that. A monkey can do that. So all you have to do is just hit the right timing of hitting forward. Up, forward, forward. Now I messed it up. I was too late. Because if I hit up forward and then I hit forward too late, you'll either, if you do get it, you'll get it way too high in the air, and oftentimes you won't because you know, forward has to be quick, you know, in order to dash. It has to be forward, forward. So if you hit up forward and then forward too late, it's the same as hitting forward and then forward too late. So you gotta be quick. Up, forward, forward. See, I messed it up. Up, forward, forward. Up, forward, forward. There we go. I'm better at it on this side, which is pretty common. So practice that. Right? And in Guilty Gear, you always want to get the knockdown. Always knock them the fuck down. And the reason why you want to do that is because when you get a knockdown, you get a mix-up, they have to guess what you're gonna do. I could go overhead, right? I could go for a low, go for a throw. Oh, did it too early. Right? So they have to guess. Okay? Super important. Yeah, so jump canceling is super important for this game, specifically for combos. Because if you hit someone with an anti-air, like say he's jumping, right? If you hit him with an anti-air, you can then cancel that button into a jump, and then you can Gatling your moves and then go into a special move. So the hierarchy is going to be Gatling into like a special move, right? That's really all you're doing in terms of the combo system to make it the easiest. You can add in some roaming cancels and stuff to make stuff work that doesn't normally work, right? And that's how you end up stringing stuff together, is it's just Gatling your normals, and then you can do whatever you want, you know? You know, don't worry about being the best player. Just do what feels right to you. Do what you think is cool, or look up some combos online for your character, and I'm sure you'll find a bunch of stuff. But remember that I explained before that you can double jump in the game. This means that some of your air normals are also jump cancelable. So your grounded normals, some of them are cancelable into a jump, and then your air normals are also cancelable into a jump, which is good for extending combos. So ground normal jump, air normal jump, and then you're done after that, which is cool because then you could do stuff like this. So if you get an anti-air, so what I did was I did crouching heavy, jumped, slash, jumped again, and hit another slash, and then I just finished the Gatling out and then went to an air uppercut, right? So jump cancel again, and then finish the Gatling into a air special move, right? So And in terms of the combo system, that's really what you're going to do a lot with characters. It's pretty important with most of the casts. So throws. So throws are performed in Guilty Gear a bit differently than some other fighting games such as Street Fighter or Tekken. They're thrown using forward heavy slash for a forward throw and back heavy slash for a back throw. So throws are instant, so there's no whiff animation. So for example, you'll notice if I stand here and I do forward heavy slash, I get a normal, right? Because I'm not in range of the throw. And if I hit back heavy slash, you get a normal. So you'll always get a normal attack if you're not close enough to throw range. But if you are close enough and you hit forward heavy slash, you'll get a forward throw. And if you hit back heavy slash, you'll get a back throw. Typically it ends in a knockdown, but it's different for each character. Some characters can actually combo off their throws like Johnny and Jam. And there is a throw break in the game. If both players throw at the same time, there'll be a throw break. It rarely fucking happens, but it's a thing. See if I can get it to happen. There we go. So that's what happened if both people throw at the same time. Now, because throws are instant, you can throw people out of any gap in their pressure if they're close enough. So if somebody knocks you down and they do like a... See, I'll record Kai doing something. So with Kai, I'll record him doing like a jab and then run up slash, right? Now you'll notice before he hits his slash, he's touching me. That means he can be thrown because it's instant. So I'll block the jab. Hopefully this works. See? And I threw him out of his slash as it was starting up. So throwing in this game is a really, really good defensive option to people's pressure. The general rule is you just typically, if somebody's right next to you in Guilty Gear and neither of you is getting hit or blocking an attack, you guys are going to want to input a throw as fast as possible because it's your fastest option. Remember I said if you're close, you're going to want to input punch. Well, throw is faster than punch. So I mean, if you're not in throw range, punch is suddenly the best option because you're not in throw range. So your fastest option is going to be punch. But if you're close, your fastest option is no longer punch, and it's actually throw. You can also throw people as a wake-up option. So as Kai, I'm gonna sweep him, and I'm gonna go do an attack on his wake up. Whoops, I didn't record that properly. So I'll sweep him. Right? Now you would think normally in most fighting games I'm mashing punch. See, in most fighting games I'll get hit, right? Because it has to start up. But remember, throws are instant. So, whoop. So you just throw them out of it. So if somebody's close to you on your wake up, just mash back. I'm just holding back and mashing heavy slash, as you can see. You'll throw them out of it. So you really have to space yourself properly so that you're not in that throw range. So as Kai, you'll sweep. Oops. So you'll sweep and then see he's not in throw range right there. So see, I got counter hit because I was trying to mash back throw, but I instead got back heavy slash, and then it counter hit me. If he was in throw range though, he would have got thrown. So when you're pressuring people, make sure you stay out of that throw range. See how I run up and I'm spacing myself. I'm not up here, I'd get thrown. He would have thrown me right there, right? So please be careful of that. There's also air throws in the game as well. So if I make Kai jump, if you jump up, back heavy slash, you can throw people out of the air. Or forward throw them if you want them to stay in front of you. Okay?